Alright, what is up, dudes and dudettes? Your friendly neighborhood Jaxblade here, and I've just seen the finale to Dragon Ball Super, the series finale, or whatever you want to call it, hiatus. It's not going to be back for a while. It's not going to be back for the rest of the year until that movie comes out. So it's fresh in my mind, and I want to just share my opinions on it. This isn't going to be like a well-edited video or anything like that. This is just me sharing my personal thoughts on what I thought of the ending. I'll have another video coming sometime next week of what I thought of the series in general, what I liked of it in general, like well thought out way. But this is just a quick video of me talking about my thoughts on the finale. So I'm gonna, let me see, how am I gonna start this off? All right, the first chunk of the episode. First off, let me say this about Danny Phantom Goku, which, by the way, so many people sent me AMVs of Danny Phantom Goku, so thank you for that. Those who just made that episode even better to me. It wasn't that bad. Old Mastered Ultra Instinct, as you want to call it. Okay, like I said, it wasn't that bad. I was just being hyperbolic for entertainment value, but it was one of those things where it felt like, oh, this is just another action figure to me, so whatever. So the episode before this, 130, I thought, okay, it was cool, seeing them do their fight thing. I really wish they would have added that one song from Battle of Gods, Hero by Flow, like when Goku's like, I'm not gonna let you destroy my world, and that music comes on. If you've seen Battle of Gods, you know the scene I'm talking about, and he just like flies out through the rocks and he gets out of there. And then when he's fighting Gears, I actually made a video of that. I'll link it in my description below if you want to see the little fan-made AMV I made of that, because it goes so well with that scene of Goku fighting Jiren, and it just would have been adding another level of hype to it. And this final episode where they start off with Goku and Jiren fighting each other, and well, not fighting each other, Goku's down and Frieza and 17 fighting Jiren. I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome, like seeing 17 and Frieza work together. I thought it was so badass to see regular Super Saiyan Goku and Frieza double team Jiren. I thought that was dope, because it was just like, oh, these two people who had this freaking insane battle years ago are now teaming up to knock this guy out. And the way they did it, the way they animated, the dude who animated it's fantastic job. His name escapes me at the moment. I'll probably remember it like in post. But this is just a fresh off the top of the head video. It was good. I thought that whole scene where they were fighting, that was badass to me. That whole thing was badass. I loved the way it was animated. I loved the fight scene. I loved the blast. I loved the fact that it used intelligence with it. I thought that was cool. But then it gets to the part where Jiren, again, this is just a spoiler thing. I literally am just doing this because I just saw the episode. I'm just talking about spoilers right out the get-go. The whole thing with, we all know what's gonna happen. We all know, we know those final 3 episodes of Z have to happen. We know that all these, the way they play out in Z, we know the heroes are gonna win. There's no drama or thing you have to worry about there. We already knew that was gonna happen. But the way they go about it, that's just sort of, to me, honestly, to me, it was just sort of okay, bring back all the restored universes. 17 makes his wish and brings back all this restored universes, and then Angel's like, okay, sure, let's do that. Now, for me, when I was thinking, all right, shouldn't you be upset? Because, and at first, I know someone in the comments is already raring to type up, but that's the reason. I know, okay, let me say what I was going to expect. I'm about to talk about that little thing. People always comment before listening. All right, I thought originally the Grand Angel was going to be like, well, no, all right, we destroyed them because they were clutter. That's what we're doing here, all right? But then, it was revealed that, oh, well, if you didn't make that wish for good people, Zeno can foresee into the future, and if you didn't make that good wish, then you pretty much didn't. You just you would have been destroyed on the spot. Basically, you would have been just completely eradicated. And okay, that to me was just, so you made this massive tournament, made all these people fight each other, and you already knew who was gonna win. So when it says foreseen, I'm assuming that means oh, he looked into his crystal ball and saw that, oh yeah, well, they're dead. They're gonna win. We don't have to worry. So I guess Zeno has some meta ability to see into the future like we can, or just know the outcome of the fight already, because it's just, oh god, Universe 7 got destroyed. They can't do that. It was just, all right, he does that. Understandable, no big deal. It's just all right. He brings back all the universes. They're all crying like, "Oh God, we got back." Like, first off, I don't even know how that would even work if you got erased. Like, do you feel being erased, like the time frame, or is it just like flip, you're gone, then you have no conscious sense of like time? So like literally it's like if someone shot you in the head, right? Bang, you die instantaneously, but you can somehow revive. All right, would you just wake up like you just woke up from a dream or something like that? Was that what it was? Like they wouldn't even register how long they were gone if they were erased because they don't exist anymore? Or is there a special dimension for erased people where they just go? Like, that was one thing that got to me. No, it didn't really get to me. It's just a little nitpick thing. I was just wondering about. They all like, "Oh, I'm not erased anymore." It's just, should you even have registered that as like being damaged? I mean, it's not like you died or anything like that. You just that was one thing. The whole thing with here's something that I honestly just I don't know how to feel about it. Is they bring Frieza back to life. I know they were promised to bring Frieza back to life, but all of us always thought, I thought they were gonna like Sly Dog. They weren't actually going to bring Frieza back to life. I thought they were just going to go, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll bring you back to life," and then fake him out, or Frieza will get mad and do something. But then from that tag up team, he's just like, "All right, send me back to hell." And so first I was just like, okay, they're going to send Frieza back to hell. But then freaking Whis comes out of nowhere and just like, "Nope, pop, you're alive now." And a part of me is thinking, that was just a fucking stupid idea. Okay, because first off, Frieza, even if he is alive, he's still a genocidal monster. It's like, to me, that's the equivalent of bringing the Joker back to life from Batman, like which they do so many times. It's just like, this person, by bringing this person back, I know you're all warriors and stuff like that, and you were saving all these innocent people from these universes, right? Frieza doesn't give a damn about that. He will still go out destroying planets and doing this, and I know Goku's not the superhero dub Goku hero he is, and I know Vegeta's indifferent, but then Gohan should be like, "Guys, this is not good." And Frieza said, "Oh yeah, well, I'll threaten you, and I'm gonna kill you." And it's just like, "Don't worry, I'll kick your ass if you come at me." And it's just like, okay, but in 4 months, Frieza got way stronger than your years of training. You know that, right? So it's just, he could easily come back and kill you at any time, or just sneak up on the planet, blow it up. I mean, unless Whis or Beerus says something. I mean, I guess Whis and Beerus have that on point. So I'm gonna be real. I don't think that was a good idea, bringing Frieza back to life. That's just like bringing a freaking homicidal person and say, "Oh yeah, go do what you want." Hell, at the end they even show him with his army and stuff like that. "Oh, I'm back. I'm gonna go take over the universe." It's sort of like you know those old cartoon shows where the villain, or hell, even new cartoon shows where the villain teams up with a hero, but it's not that big a deal, like Draken teamed up with Kim Possible, Professor, I don't know the show's name. I know my friends love it. Saber, Spark, and Pele, they love it. Wander Over Yonder, the Skull guy, he teamed up to fight Lord Dominator at the end. Shigo and Kim Possible. I said Kim Possible already. But you know, you've seen heroes and villains team up, all right? But it's usually, when they happen, they even happen in Justice League Unlimited. So yeah, I get it that you take care of the planet. But it's just one of those things where Frieza is such a monster and loves destroying innocent people's lives. I honestly think that's just, that's dumb. I know Beerus is the god of destruction and Whis is indifferent. He just wants food. But still, it's just, that to me was just, okay, you got him back to life now. Now I'll go back, because this episode had sections that I generally liked and sections I did not give a fuck about. Like, there are sections where, like I just mentioned, but the whole thing of the ending, the whole ending credit scene, I love slice of life Dragon Ball stuff. I straight up said that, like, you know what, I'm gonna do everything I liked about Dragon Ball Super. I'll make that a video, so remind me to do that video sometime. Everything I liked about Dragon Ball Super, I'll make that, because even if I do give it crap, there were aspects, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not a phenomenal show by any stretch of the means. Now I can say 131 episodes. I did my time. Watched all of those, and I can generally say, as a Dragon Ball fan since I was freaking 8 years old, I can just look at this as an adult and go, it has enjoyable parts, but it's not something I would go recommend to people. It has its parts, but there are just so many aspects. I'm getting off topic. I generally enjoy slice of life anime shows. I enjoy watching that. I love seeing shows where the heroes are badass, you know, in their own right. They do these shonen or badass things, and then they have off time where it's awesome to me to see superpowered badasses in their day off. I always love episodes like that in it, or beach episodes, because, you know, I love anime titties. But that's all I gotta say on that aspect. I love that. I loved all the stuff they were doing there. And then, you know what's funny? Years ago, this Dragon Ball Super actually gave me an ending for Dragon Ball that I wanted years ago, because I always said Dragon Ball Z should have had a Rocky 3-esque ending. For any of you who know what I mean, Rocky 3, they have Apollo and Rocky at the very end go to a boxing ring, and since, you know, if you watch Rocky 1 and Rocky 2, you see that they're like, oh yeah, we're rivals and stuff like that, but he beat me the first time, I beat him the second time, and so we have to come together to beat Mr. T's freaking Clubber Lang. And so, like, when they are rivals turn friends and they end up fighting, I love that. So when Goku and Vegeta did that, I wanted that years ago, but like in my mind it was Goku and Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3, but that was because Super Saiyan 3 was the highest form back then for Z, because I didn't care for, you know, GT. I mean, GT at Super Saiyan 4, but whatsoever. But I'll say this: they gave me the ending I wanted, just like them charging and then it going back. What would have made that even perfect to me was just the Rocky 3-esque like music or something like that they had. And I like the outro for the most part, but yeah, everything else just and then, like, okay, here's another thing. 17 was riding on a yacht, and again, it's one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, Bulma's freaking Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, she's richer than all the freaking people on the planet. And it's just like, oh yeah, she can hook all her friends up anytime. She's a baller. She's like Oprah times 10. All right, she doesn't have to worry about any of this stuff. So I don't get why any of them wanted wishes for material goods when she could have just granted it on the spot. And I know they referenced that earlier in Dragon Ball Super, but it's just like, well, 17, you didn't really need that. Like, I mean, I'm glad he got his wish. I'm no hate there. And then also the fact that the kids didn't age up. I'm happy we saw freaking, was it Panty? Panty's the mother. Why am I blanking on Bulma's sister? I literally read Jack of the Patrolman. Oh, forget it. You know, I'm glad we saw Bulma's sister in there. It'll come to me like after I'm done with this whatsoever. But yeah, episode wise, you did good for the first part. Second part, it wasn't. It was a lot of parts where I was just like, no, that's stupid, or that's kind of dumb, or it pulled some Sensui crap from Yu Yu Hakusho where they're like, they beat Sensui, and Sensui's like, oh, what happened to that kid you killed? Oh, I brought him back to life with this, and then Sensui's like, oh, I knew you were gonna do that from the get-go because I'm just shut the fuck up. No, you're dead. You're dying. It's just like, oh, I knew you were gonna do that. Well, of course, you're God. You should have foresee everything. Let me say, I'm not trying to go off too hard on this. I'll probably make a better video of something like this. I just want to share my thoughts because it's fresh in my mind. I just saw it. Dragon Ball Super as a series as a whole, if I had to go by my anime list rankings of just like 1 out of 10 or something like that, I'd probably give it a 5, to be honest. I mean, because you can have cool aspects in the story and series, but I still have so many problems. I'll go into those in the other episodes. I mean, it wasn't god awful. I'm not like furious or anything like that. They're just stuff I was just like, okay, well, that's kind of in my opinion. Anyways, I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to watch my Tough Like the Tunes that came out today for Sanji. And like I said before, Project Deku, all my aim to pass the American Dream plan in real life will be released sometime the first week of April. No, not April 1st, because that would be cruel. And yeah, I'm about 99% done with it. Just had to hire an artist and a person who can do PDF files. But yeah, that's coming out very soon, and I hope you all will enjoy it because I've been working on it for like the last 4 months now. All right, anyways, keep calm, booyah on, don't forget, Momotai, Dragon Ball Super, I mean, I guess, mediocre job. There you go, mediocre.